Hey, Hakeem here, man, real quick. I had a PDF, man, that I was dropping on y'all for free, and there's 3 reasons why kids need life insurance right now. This is for all the parents that's out here, all the parents that's watching this. I want to drop on you really, really fast. Just 3 reasons. 3 reasons why your kids need life insurance right now, and there's a lot more reasons than that. But look, number one, they need life insurance right now. Why? Because it's important. Because they are kids. Check this out. When you apply for life insurance for a child, it is super duper cheap. Why? Because that child is still very young. The odds of that child dying soon is very, very slim. So insurance is very, very cheap. You might get insurance for your child at $20 a month. A permanent policy, which means that throughout the duration of their lifetime, they can pay that same $20 a month to have insurance. This is a big deal because this allows them to not only be protected in case something happens to them, but they can also have cash value building for them throughout the duration of their lives. Which means if a child right now, for example, is 8 years old and you get them insurance for $25 a month, once they hit 40 years old, they're still going to be paying $25 a month. But guess what? From the time they're 8 until the time they die, things happen, right? Things tend to happen. Your mental, your health starts to alter or deteriorate, or sometimes people get diagnosed with things that they never knew that they had, or something that just popped up, right? Some people get diagnosed with cancer, so on and so forth. Don't want to talk too much about the negative, but I want to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Sometimes you go to the doctor and they diagnose you with something that you had no idea that you had, even if you don't feel that, right? Even if your body doesn't feel like anything is wrong, you could be diagnosed with something that's there. This right here will what? This right here can hurt your chances of being able to get life insurance, or it can deny you. They can deny you based upon one of these things, right? So now, while a child is still young, what you want to do is get them insurance ahead of something happening. Because if something were to happen in the next year, in the next day, in the next 10 minutes, and they don't have insurance, that one event that happened or that one diagnosis that happened could stop them from being able to get life insurance for the rest of their lives. Or it can make it to where it's postponed for a year or two and they can't get insurance for a year or two, but they still alive. And this is crazy because a lot of us, we got insurance on our cell phones and on our cars, but not on our kids. They're young. Get it while they're young because it's cheap and it's locked in for the duration of their life. This right here will help them not only while they're 8, but while they're 28, while they're 38, while they're 48. Instead of paying $70, $80, $150, $250 for insurance, they could still be paying that $25. Be a good parent and help them out. Number 2 is because of living benefits. Somewhat what I just covered, but I want to go. I want to bring that up a little bit more. Because living benefits are so important, absolutely so important. We seen during COVID, most people didn't have $1,000 in their bank account, which is sad, but it's the truth, right? It's very sad, but it's the truth. So now, something happens to your kid, and your kid has to go to the doctor, to the emergency room, or whatever. Or they get diagnosed with some kind of chronic, terminal, critical illness, whatever that case may be. And there's certain things that have to be paid, or you have to start taking off of work because you got to take care of your child, and you don't know where your money's going to come from. This insurance policy could be paying you monthly to replace that income because your child is in the hospital, your child is wherever they need this kind of care at, right? And so you're missing work. Instead of you getting that check because your child is down and out right now, you got to figure out how you're going to get a babysitter, how I'm going to go to work, how I'm going to pay the bills, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do that. When simply your life insurance policy that you're paying $25 a month for could be covering that. Because that event, that sickness, that illness or whatever happened to your child, they get the accelerated benefits in that policy. That makes sense? So now, instead of looking at it like a bill, look at it like it's protection, because that's what it is. This can help with medical expenses, with copays, with it's so many things that go with medical. Oh my gosh. This could cover a wide variety of things. Expenses that have to go along with that sickness or that illness or that, whatever happens to that child. So that's very important. And I'm talking about from now. We could be talking right now and it happens in the next hour and you have to take them to the emergency room and it's like, oh, they got diagnosed with this or that. It could happen in the next hour when you get in a car accident, right? You just never ever know, man. So be proactive in that event. Be proactive in that event and not try to be retroactive. Don't wait until something happens to your kid to try to get them insurance and then they get postponed and then they get denied and now they can't get insurance for the rest of their life because their parent chose to wait for no absolute reason. Don't be that person. Now, it's another big benefit. Number 3 that I'm going to hit you with, and it's a lot more than this, but number 3 I'm going to hit you with is cash value. Oh, it's beautiful. People love cash. People love cash, right? It's a beautiful thing. Building cash value. I have life insurance policies that will make you money while you have insurance. It is better than a bank. It is better than a CD account. It's better than bonds. It's better than chasing the stock market if you don't know what you're doing. It's better than all of those combined. Banks are giving out less than 1% in a savings account. In a CD account, you're not making no money. If you think I'm lying, try it. I promise you'd be sad. You had that money there for 10 years, you make about $5. You make zero money in these vehicles. The banks take your money and they make money and they give you crap on that. They give you less than 1% on whatever you put in there. So you don't get anything. It's ridiculous. These policies make you money. These policies will make your kids money. If they're 8 right now, they can be making money in that policy from the time they 8 to the time they 30, from the time they 8 to the time they 20, from the time they 8 to the time they 18, to have money in that policy that they can use. They can pull that money out tax free and they can take that money and use it for education. They can use it to buy a car. They can use it to buy a house or to put a down payment down, to buy some rental property, to invest in a business, to start a business. They can do a million different things with that money. But guess what? They got insurance. They got living benefits. And guess what? They building cash value. Set your kids up for what? For success. Allow your kids, give them the opportunity right now to start making money tax-free without doing anything. It literally costs you nothing to make this happen for your own kids. But yet people are so selfish and won't do it. And then when that kid hit 18 and say, hey mom, hey dad, I need money to go buy a car, you look at him crazy. Oh, you better go get a job. You could be setting them up for success right now. Instead of making them take out student loans when they hit 18, when they ready to go to college, guess what? You could be setting it up right now. You could be working on that right now. This is the new life insurance. This is why kids need insurance right now, because it's a lot of benefits that you don't know about. But people scared to have the conversation. Don't be scared to have the conversation, because when something happens, it's too late. Let's go ahead and have the conversation now. So this is why I'm pushing for everybody, especially people with kids, to get life insurance. Allow your kids to make, we got policies right now that's paying up to 12%. What bank giving you that? None. And you get that for what? Just paying your premium every month? You making money? You still get your living benefits if something happened. If you pass, whoever your beneficiary, they still getting paid. And you making money. You get up to 12%, some up to 9.5% on your money for doing nothing but having insurance. Are you serious? And you say no? Or you say, I don't know, or I'm gonna wait. Why? Why wait for what? Because if something happens, then you get postponed or you get denied. And then what you gonna do? And then it's too late. And then you sitting around on the GoFundMe page, right? As soon as somebody passed, we on the GoFundMe page trying to figure out who gonna donate to us because we didn't want to take care of ourselves and our own family. Who's going to give me $5 a day? Who I got to beg for $5 to go towards his burial because I didn't want to spend $25 a month? Who I got to beg to buy a fish dinner because what? Because I didn't want to take responsibility and get my kids insured. This the reality of what we dealing with. You literally got to depend on everybody else to take care of your family because you choosing not to do it yourself, not to take action on that. And your kids are way more important than that. Your kids are way more important than begging somebody to buy a fish dinner. You're waiting for somebody to go on GoFundMe and drop some money in their account because they sick or something happened to them. Your kids are way more important than that. Your kids are way more important than $25. When I take my kids out, we spend $25 on what? On absolutely nothing. $25 gets you nowhere. Yet people don't want to take a couple dollars out their pocket and do what they're supposed to do with it to protect their family and take care of their family, to put their family and put themselves in a good position. But then they cry about it. Don't cry about it if you ain't gonna do nothing about it. See, I get real enthusiastic when I talk about these kind of things because it's very important to me. It's very dear to my heart. I know a lot of people that died and had zero insurance and they had kids, and their kids got nothing once they passed. And money doesn't replace the person, but at the same time, if those same people would have passed and left their kids $250,000, $500,000, $1 million, their kids' lives would have been totally different. Their whole lifestyle would have changed. At least something good would have come out of that loss. Now they gone, and the kids still gotta struggle because there's nothing put in place ahead of time, and we didn't know when that person was gonna pass. So nothing was put in place ahead of time, and now after they pass, now it's okay. What are we gonna do? Who's going to pay the bills? Who's going to do this? And now we got to sell a house. Now we got to sell a car. Why? Because we ain't got no money to pay for none of it. If you would have simply just got covered, simply got yourself covered, simply got your kids covered, it's a lot of things you can avoid, man. So I want you to really listen to what I'm trying to tell you. I want you to really pay attention to how this small thing about getting life insurance can literally change the position and the financial situation of not only your family, but your whole community if people were to actually adopt this way of thinking and acting and taking care of themselves. Because think about all the people that you know that has passed, whether it be from COVID, whether it be from natural death, whether it be from the street life, whether it be from whatever, if they would have had insurance, their kids would have been straight. Imagine all the people that you know that passed that has kids, and their kids could have had $500,000, $1 million, $250,000. After those people passed, that would have changed their whole trajectory of their life. You know, it's people right now that pass and their kids got to worry about, we got to sell a house because we can't pay the mortgage. When you properly go through insurance, when you properly get insured by somebody who knows what they're doing, all of this is covered. So nothing is lost. So tap into me, DM me, follow me on every platform. I got a lot of juice for y'all. I got a lot of game for y'all. I got a lot of strategies and vehicles that you guys can use to not only build wealth, but to protect yourself and your family. But you got to be open to receiving the information. And from there, you got to follow through with applying it. That's all I got for y'all for today, man.